Okay, so measuring range of motion of hip flexion, you line the stationary arm up through the torso, but make sure that it's parallel to the ground. The movable arm is going to line up right through the femur. The thing that's important to know is that you're going to get a difference. Go ahead and raise your leg straight up in the air. If you do it with the knee extended, you're going to probably get less than 90. Okay, go ahead and bring it back down. Whereas if you do it with the knee flexed, go ahead and bend your knee, please, and now bring your knee up, you'll get more than 90. Okay? All right. Extension you would have to do either with the person standing up or on their stomach, so we're not going to do that one. Now, when you do hip abduction, you can either, again, put your axis right here and have your stationary arm parallel to the torso, okay, lined up straight, and now swing your leg out, and you can do it that way. Keep it on the table though, I'm sorry, on the floor. Oh, just slide it out. So you can do it that way, okay, bring it back. Or you can start with both arms here and now swing that leg out and keep that one parallel. Or just keep it stationary and then swing it out that way. Okay? Hip extension, external and internal rotation is really hard to measure, but one way that you can do that is to have your goniometer parallel to the foot, and go ahead and roll your leg out, and then you can roll that parallel to the foot and roll it in. That's one way. Another way that people do it sometimes is sitting in a chair, but we're not going to worry that much about rotation. Okay, now we're going to go to the chair and do the knee. Okay, when you're doing the knee, go ahead and straighten your knee out all the way. Your stationary arm will be again through the femur. Your movable arm will go right through the tibia, actually the fibula because you're on the outside. Go ahead and bend your knee all the way. And if the person's sitting in a chair where their feet touch the floor, very often they'll stop at 90, but can you bend it any further? But you should, if you really want to see full range of motion, you need to tell them to keep going because it is more than 90. Okay. The ankle's a little bit harder, so lots of times what I will do is actually have the person supported on my leg so that I've got a good view, but I get them off the floor. Because for the ankle, you have to have the stationary arm running through the fibula, then right here through the joint at the lateral malleolus, bring your foot up towards your face. So dorsiflexion is usually should be at least 90, and then bring your foot back down. So the hard part here is, where is 0? So most of us consider 0 to be like at that 90 degrees of dorsiflexion where you'd be flat on the floor. Can you bring your foot up any further toward your face? So again, as OTs, we're probably not going to measure that, but we're just going to look at, can the person get at least 90, because that's what it needs to get your foot flat on the floor. Now, if you're doing manual muscle testing here, I'm going to say bring your foot up towards your face. Now hold it and don't let me push it down. And for plantar flexion, I'll say bring your foot back down towards, point it. Now hold it and don't let me bring it up. Okay? For the toes, if you were doing them, I'd say bring your toes up. Hold it, don't let me push them down. Bring your toes down, hold it, don't let me push them up. And you'd be stabilizing here. Okay, remember we don't cross another joint. If we were doing the knee and you wanted to do manual muscle testing of the knee, you can see knee extension. Go ahead and put it down. You can see, from a sitting position, you can see knee extension against range of motion. Now hold it and don't let me bring it down. But to do knee flexion against gravity, I'd have to have her on her stomach. So we're not going to do that right now. Okay, thank you.